I have completed the installation of the muffler and exhaust system on the Hirth 3202 engine. I would like to point out the extension on the muffler down here. I pulled it out by 2 inches, and then up above, as you can see, I've added 2 inches. So I'm still at the prescribed length of tubing for tuning the exhaust to the engine, as the Hirth manual will show you. Also notice that by moving it forward by 2 inches, I've gained quite a large amount of space between the end of the muffler and the propeller. Now I'm going to get up a little bit closer here, try to give you a close-up of the exhaust clamps. I went ahead and I ground off the tabs for the springs, and I've put this clamp assembly. These are $37 each, well, for the set of 2. Comes with all the hardware from Lockwood Aviation, and it's a nice, strong, tight, secure fit. I may go in here later on and put safety wire on here just for giggles, drill some holes in the plates and then safety wire around the end of the bolt here. There's no safety hole in the bolt, but just in case, I may go ahead and put safeties on there. And here you can see the clamp that comes with the kit. Clamps it to the airframe, the exhaust coming out of the motor. I have put high temperature anti-seize compound on the inside and the outside. Any place where I have steel against steel coming together, on the outside of this ball and on the inside of this ball on both sides, I have put high temperature anti-seize compound. You can buy it from Napa, and basically what that does is it keeps the rust from forming, causing these joints to rust together under heat and pressure and vibration, which eventually will cause it to crack. Now the remaining thing would be to take this back off of here and have all of this painted either with a high temperature paint or with one of the different systems available for exhaust systems. Here are my clamps. I noticed in other photographs they had them down here on the side, and I thought, well, I really wouldn't want to walk into that. I did clean these edges up so they're not sharp, but I went ahead and put them straight up so that a person walking around the aircraft isn't going to walk into that and possibly cut themselves. Just makes for a nice clean installation. Here are the joggles that I made. You can just put them in a vise and then take a hammer. In my case, I used a my brain isn't working today. It's a plastic hammer with sand in it, and I use that to bend it and make the joggle. It comes all the way across. I have a little bit of extra left over I have to trim off yet. I haven't gotten down to do that. The nuts, normally you would drill and come through the top right here, and then safety on the bottom. However, on the front, I had to come up from underneath and drill all the way through because I'm up close to the starter motor here. So I went ahead and I opened this up to an AN4 size. The other 3 are AN3s. This is an AN4. Goes all the way through, and then it's safetied on the top with the head on the bottom. That's the only way I can get in there without having to pull the engine off, or I'm not going to even think about pulling that starter off. We'll go over here to the other side and I'll show you how on the front, again on this front one over here, because of the location where it's at and my angle drill wouldn't reach in there, so I just drilled a hole up through the bottom all the way through, and then just put my nut from the top down and then safetied it. And on the bottom one here, it was a pretty straightforward, simple installation. I just drilled it from the top and put the nut in there and safetied it. So that takes care of that for the exhaust system. Thank you.